Okay, CEOs. I am still in Accra, Ghana. We're leaving soon now to go back home to Houston, Texas. But I wanted to make a video here while I'm still here. Hopefully, you can hear me. I'm sitting outside, there's wind blowing, there is music, but this was the best scenery and the last time to feel this weather. But I want to tell you about the retreat that failed. And the reason I wanted to tell you about that is because I feel like so many times entrepreneurs, because of the competitive market and just how things are online, you're trying to live this particular type of social media life and make sure that you never look like you're not a success. I feel like sometimes people don't just be transparent and say, hey, I did this particular project, it didn't work out. And let me tell you what I learned from it, because a professional isn't a person who never makes mistakes. A professional is a person who can make their mistakes and then make adjustments, make changes, improve, grow, that type of thing. A professional to me is also a person who can ask for help, ask for guidance, hire a coach, hire consulting, hire a strategist so that they can get better at what they are trying to do. So, I just finished my 10th retreat that I did in approximately 3.5 years. I did my first retreat in 2000. Thank you. I did my first retreat in 2019, and I was able to get two retreats done. As we were coming back from the second retreat, we were just getting home. 2 days later, we went into quarantine. So then we couldn't travel for a year and a half. So, as far as from 2019 and excluding the non travel time, it took me about 3.5 years to host 10 retreats. When we get back home, we'll be leaving again, in a month and a half, so I can host my 11th retreat and come to the continent for the third time in 1 year and do Marrakesh, Morocco. I'm really excited about that. But I'll end the year having done 11 retreats, okay? Number two was the retreat that wasn't successful. Okay? It was it was a failed project, okay? First, let me tell you about the retreat that never happened. Then I'll tell you about the one that did happen, but it wasn't successful. And again, I'm saying this to you because number one, I'm really good at what I do. And one of the ways that I've gotten really good at what I do is by learning from my mistakes, not trying to avoid them, not trying to act like they didn't happen, but actually just learning from them. So, first of all, the retreat that didn't happen was Miami 2015. That was my first attempt at doing a retreat. You guys didn't see much about it if you were following me at that time on social media because I had not marketed it, right? But it failed even in the planning process. I couldn't find the right types of homes. I didn't know the words to look up to find the type of home that I was looking for. And I also didn't feel like my community was quite ready to, invest in a retreat. This is what I learned over time. And so this retreat never got off the ground, but I did spend money doing feasibility, right? So I flew to Miami. I stayed in Miami roughly about 4 days. I worked with a realtor and I saw several different homes. I saw one of Shaq's old homes. And I was looking for where we were going to host the retreat. I had two chefs come to my room and cook a meal. And, I was going to pick one of those chefs to actually be the chef for the home. I've learned so much since then. I just kind of chuckled to myself. That was 9 years ago, when I think about it. But in the end, even though I spent the money on the feasibility, I decided that it wasn't going to work out for right now. I didn't think that my audience was ready to invest in coming on a retreat with me. I put some feelers out there. I did slight beta testing, but I never full-fledged marketed a retreat. Fast forward to 2019. The first retreat I had in 2019 was Johannesburg, South Africa, and my first retreat was profitable. And that was amazing. It was definitely amazing for my confidence in doing them to kind of come out of the gate and my first retreat have a 5-figure profit. I was like, well, I be doggone. This is amazing. This is what I was hoping for. Let's do it. The second retreat, my goodness, that's the retreat that was not successful. It was a success in terms of beauty. It was success in terms of how my clients felt and my attendees felt, and how much they loved it and how much they connected, and all of my activities worked out. I don't mean it wasn't a success in that way. I meant that it wasn't a financial success. It was not a financial success because I didn't plan it properly. I went for 100% beauty and aesthetics over business. Beauty over business. Now, when you are working with women, you do have to look at beauty. There is no getting around it. You have to look at beauty. You have to look at things that are aesthetically appealing if you want to attract women. That is a thing. It is real. But I picked one of the most expensive homes in Costa Rica. It was United Airlines' old CEO. I picked his home to rent out. And that's cool. Maybe it could have even been profitable had I just picked that home. But I picked the home next to it as well. The biggest issue with those homes that I rented out for my 5-day retreat in Costa Rica is that they didn't have enough bedrooms to offset the cost of one house. For example, renting the United CEO's home, it only actually had 4 bedrooms. One bedroom had twin beds. I'm not going to have a woman pay thousands of dollars to sleep in a twin bed, so we can take that room off. Okay. There was a room in like a second home behind the house. That counts for 1. It was 3 more inside the house, and then 1 I stayed in. So I legit only had 4 rooms that I could rent out. You shouldn't pay 5 figures per night for a property if you can only rent out or have 4 attendees in the rooms. Another mistake was that none of the rooms had double beds. So they all were singles. So that again reduced the amount of money that could be made off of this really expensive home. If they would have had double beds, then we all could have fit in that one home, and then that retreat would have been profitable. So basically I learned about doors. That's what I call it. Is it enough doors? Is it enough beds for it to be a profitable project? I teach my private coaching clients about putting together their events and their retreats as a part of their overall business strategy. This isn't what I do if it's your first time. I'm a business coach and strategist. I work with coaches, current and aspiring coaches, and service professionals. But sometimes my clients, one of the things that they want to offer to enhance their coaching business is actually an event, a retreat, a trip. And so I will help my private coaching clients. I'm going to put out a link for those of you who may be interested in learning this from me and what I learned after doing 11 retreats all over the world, because I've learned so much. Putting together retreats and trips has been an amazingly profitable project, even with having one city and one country that was not profitable. Everything else has been since then, and I've learned how to make it a profitable project. But I just wanted to give you guys that little bit of information because, again, so many times I feel like people, they just hide this stuff when you could have helped so many more people. Plus, you will gain trust with people by just saying, look, this is what happened and this is what I learned. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I'll be leaving Ghana soon. I'm so ready to get back to Houston, Texas, and rest my head in my own bed and my own sheets for a little while. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.